There is breaking news now on Fox News Channel. Repeal and replace will not get a vote in the House of Representatives today. And we've just received word while you were in the commercial break that Republicans in the United States House, the Republicans will hold a closed-door meeting on the health care bill, 7 o'clock Washington time this evening. We got word, our senior White House correspondent confirmed the reporting of Politico and AP and others just a few moments ago that the bill will not happen tonight as scheduled, and the markets immediately turned to the red. United Healthcare, for one, is one of the Dow 30, and it's down 1%. The markets, which had been in the green for much of the day, turned south. The reality that this thing is not going to sail along merrily is setting in, and the health care bill is not going to get a run, not today anyway. Mike Emanuel's on Capitol Hill with new reporting for us. What are conservatives saying after this?
Well, Shep, they're saying essentially that the leadership did not have the votes. And so what we've seen is I'm standing in a room where Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House, was supposed to be doing a news conference this hour. We've just gotten word that the House has said there will not be any votes tonight. Leadership is saying that to rank-and-file members. They're telling their rank-and-file members to be around tomorrow. Votes are possible tomorrow. There's a bit of an optic problem if you were to do votes in the middle of the night. Perhaps that's one of the considerations. To be repealing and replacing Obamacare in the House of Representatives at 3 or 4 in the morning may not be the right image that you want to put out there. But bottom line, conservatives say after a lot of talks with leadership, that leadership does not have the votes.
We're certainly trying to get to yes, but indeed we've made very reasonable requests, and we're hopeful that those reasonable requests will be listened to and ultimately agreed to.
The tricky spot this puts Speaker Paul Ryan is if you move it to the right to appease the House Freedom Caucus, which does have the votes to block this bill, you risk alienating moderates who like some of the things that were in this proposed bill to make it a little easier for some people to keep their coverage. There was something called essential health benefits, part of Obamacare, that some moderates wanted to keep. It was popular with their constituents. Conservatives are saying, let's strip that out so we can reduce premium costs for everyone. So it's really walking a tightrope. If you move it to the right, you lose your center, so to speak. And if you move it to the center, then you risk losing the conservatives. And so they're trying to find what Speaker Paul Ryan has called the sweet spot for several weeks now. And clearly, they don't believe they have the votes at this point, Shep.
You know, from all we've seen, Speaker Ryan and the President really put on the full court press here, Mike. These multiple meetings with the Freedom Caucus at the White House, the President downright begging for votes, saying, we have to do this. If you don't do this, many of you are going to lose your jobs, you're going to get voted out of office, and our legislative agenda will be in trouble. This would be the first legislative success for this new presidency. For this to go down in flames, according to analysts on both sides of the political aisle, would be very bad for this White House.
No question about it. And you've heard Speaker Paul Ryan saying if you want to do tax reform at some point, something Republicans want to do, have wanted to do for many years, they say doing this Obamacare repeal is critical first to strip out the taxes that are in Obamacare. So that was part of the selling point of doing it. The president putting a lot of political capital into trying to get this across the finish line. But some Democrats are saying this president has shown signs of making a rookie mistake.
They're scrambling to find a bill that they can pass on the floor. I don't know if you want to call this, on Trump's part, a rookie's error. But you don't find a day and say we're going to pass a bill. You build your consensus in your caucus, and when you're ready, you set the date to bring it to the floor.
It is worth noting that once there is a deal, if there ever is a deal, you have to go through a multi-step process. It's a lot of sausage making. Don't want people's eyes to glaze over at home, but this is not an instantaneous process here on Capitol Hill, especially with an issue this complicated. A lot of lawmakers are going to want to know if there is an agreement, what is in it, how much does it cost, and essentially will it improve the lives of their constituents? If not, some of those who may be tentative yeses could quickly become no's. Shep.
Mike Emanuel, thank you.